I'm Ryan Oimone, and I'm a student from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign studying abroad in Rome at the Gusto Lab International Food Systems and Sustainability. This video that we are about to show you is created for our Food and Media course. The main purpose of this video is to define and explain the 15th Sustainable Development Goal, Life on Land. We are going to express our opinions about this goal and promote ways in which abroad students can play their part in ensuring this goal is reached. The SDGs were created by the United Nations Development Program so that we as a society can save the earth and its inhabitants rather than destroy it. The SDGs went into effect in January 2016 in order to create a cleaner, better tomorrow for generations to come. As I said earlier, the 15th goal discusses life on land. This covers the protection, restoration, and promoting sustainable use of the terrestrial ecosystems. About 1/5 of the Earth's surface is covered by vegetation that is being threatened every year, and they are showing signs of creating lesser yields, and that affects a little over 1 billion people. Since 1993, we have even witnessed a fall in the threatening of species, which correlates directly to the declining rate of deforestation and unsustainable agricultural practices. Within the last 15 years, we have lost about 0.5% of the Earth's forest land area, but we have also seen a major decrease in the deforestation industry. Deforestation is the clearing of trees, transforming a forest into cleared land. The first step is turning the wilderness into a shopping center, is deforestation. This is bad for the environment because it reduces the oxygen output. And a recent study shows that the average human needs the production of 8 trees a year to breathe and survive. This also destroys the ecosystems of many animals, as we have seen in recent years. It pushes them into new terrain that they have never explored before. SDG 15 promotes the replanting of trees when they are cut down to produce lumber and other goods.
Hey, how's it going, Gusto Lab? Eric Foley here reporting to you live. I'm going to go over some stuff regarding our Sustainable Development Goal, UN's number 15 goal, and explain our opinion on it in general. So first of all, we find this goal incredibly important because it pertains to an issue that has risen from human activity and has profound effects on our planet. Being that humans are at the base of the issue, we have the power to tend to it and achieve this goal. Deforestation, desertification, and the reduction of biodiversity in various ecosystems all have an incredibly negative effect on our climate, animals on Earth, and ultimately humans. So regarding deforestation, this is an issue because forests cover 31% of our planet's land area and are responsible for numerous tasks that sustain us. They produce the air we breathe, the wood we use, and provide homes for animals, both animals and humans. Excessive deforestation is detrimental to our access to these resources in a sustainable way. Obvious products that are available due to forests are fruits, papers, and shelters, but what people oftentimes tend to miss is the byproducts that forests produce, which include medicines, cosmetics, and detergents. While there is an obvious dependence on forests, we continue to let them fall, and this must be dealt with in a timely manner. Around 1.6 billion people depend on forests for their livelihood. 75% of poor people are affected by land degradation, and 300 million people live in forests, including 60 million indigenous people. According to the Worldwide Fund for Nature, between 1990 and 2015, the world lost about 129 million hectares of forests. And this doesn't just mean we lose trees, it means we lose entire ecosystems that existed in that forest, which degrades the amount of biodiversity that we have. And being that forests are so important to not only human life, but animals and, like I said, ecosystems, we feel it's extremely important that this issue is brought attention to immediately, because obviously how it currently stands, this is not, like, humans in general are not living in a sustainable way. If we want our grandchildren or children to live in a comfortable lifestyle like we are, then we have to make sure we reduce such environmentally unfriendly ways. And going back over to biodiversity and why this is important is, first of all, the term refers to the variety of life that exists on Earth. According to Global Issues, biodiversity consists of the number of species of plants, animals, and microorganisms, the enormous diversity of genes in these species, different ecosystems on the planet, such as deserts, rainforests, and coral reefs. These factors all play an important role in boosting ecosystem productivity, which is why its decline is a significant concern. These roles range from soil formation and protection, nutrient storage and recycling, pollution breakdown and absorption, climate stability, and recovery from natural disasters. Biological resources are also a product of biodiversity, such as food, medicines, breeding stocks, wood products, and future resources. We believe immense attention towards maintaining sufficient global biodiversity is necessary because it has been a crucial part in Earth's existence and prosperity ever since life started billions of years ago.
Hey, I'm Dan Vasco, University of Illinois student, and currently studying in Rome through Gusto Lab. This is our project on SDG Goal 15. Humans play an important role in the preservation of forests, ecosystems, and biodiversity because we are the species obstructing it in the first place. If we hope for a better or even equal quality of life for the generations to come, it is important for us to halt the current amount of human activity that is responsible for deforestation, desertification, and the reduction in biodiversity. As study abroad students, and especially ones that are learning about the global food and sustainability, we can contribute to achieving this goal by simply spreading the knowledge we have obtained through our program to our friends and families back home that may or may not have had the opportunity to learn about these issues. Using social media is a powerful way to reach out to not only friends and family, but to a wider audience of people that I might not even know. Even this project, for example, works towards our goal of educating a larger audience, which is the ultimate goal here. There's an evident lack of consideration for our forests and ecosystems back home, as we oversource our resources, partake in environmentally harmful activities for our own pleasure, and even neglect environmental ideas when voting for people in office. Now, knowing this goal pertains to such a pressing issue, we have an obligation to spread what we've learned just so people are aware of the current state of the humans' activities effects on the planet. On a more specific and smaller scale, we can, as individuals, be more mindful of wasting resources so we don't need excessive paper, food, wood, and that will limit our excessive use of resources for our own pleasure and engage in environmentally sustainable practices in our day-to-day lives. Our call to action for our fellow study abroad students and students back home is to simply be more conscious of the choices they make on a daily basis. It's easy to take natural resources for granted, and although our individual choices are minor in the big picture, everyone's choices collectively can surely affect the future of our planet. Instead of printing physical copies of paper, electronically submit it. Instead of showering for 30 minutes out of sheer comfort, dial it down to 10 or even less. Instead of driving to school, walk. All of these types of minor changes can add up to make a difference. And if everyone shares this mindset, this SDG goal can be met by the projected years. Thank you.
Alright, so just to top this whole video off here, we think it's important that we list some specific goals that we found on UN's website and kind of some regarding the years they're trying to tackle them by. These are some specific goals that we're trying to do by 2020. For example, ensure the conservation, restoration, and sustainable use of terrestrial and inland freshwater ecosystems and their services, in particular forests, wetlands, mountains, and dry lands, in line with obligations under international agreements. Also by 2020, promote the implementation of sustainable management of all types of forests, halt deforestation, restore degraded forests, and substantially increase afforestation and reforestation globally. And then if we move a little more into the future, by 2030, we're trying to combat desertification, restore degraded land and soil, including land affected by desertification, drought, and floods, and strive to achieve a land degradation neutral world. And then lastly, Another by 2030 is to ensure the conservation of mountain ecosystems, including their biodiversity, in order to enhance their capacity to provide benefits that are essential for sustainable development. So clearly the world's on the right track. We just got to make the right moves, use natural resources, not as excessive as we do right now, and I think we can achieve it. Thanks, Gusto.